Hello, my little demons, and welcome back to another video. Yes, I'm going to review a movie, but I also really want to discuss a topic that's very serious. Right now, we live in this current climate where people take things to heart. People are very, very sensitive. There's all this like over political correctness about things, and it's getting out of hand, really. It has even leaked itself into our horror movies. Yeah, it has. It leaked itself into our horror movies, and what I mean by this is that back in the day, Saw came out. And that movie was incredibly innovated. The storyline, the ideas, the traps, this evil mastermind making you choose between living, dying, self-mutilation, murder, like putting yourself in those situations was terrifying. And to top all that off, they showed us just how these traps worked. They showed us. It was gory, it was graphic, it was detailed, it was terrifying. I think that everyone who ever watched a Saw movie has had discussions with their friends and said, hey, this is what I would do in this situation, or what about this trap? Could you do this? And we've all had these deep conversations, and yeah, it was amazing. And then we have this new climate where you can't offend anybody, where you can't you can't be as graphic, you can't, you don't want to step on anyone's toes. And because of this, we have massive corporations who are like, well, how am I going to make money now? Because nobody can handle, harder stuff. So what they then do is they decide to make a movie solely catered to the snowflake generation. And they don't really have any ideas of how to do that. So what they do is they take a great movie and a great concept from earlier and they make it snowflake. And there we have Escape Room. I really hope that this is not a continuing trend, because I can't handle this shit anymore. All right? This was literally the kind of horror or thriller movie that I watched when I was 8 years old. Okay? This was bullshit. Yeah, there's a good concept there, but we didn't see any of the goodness. They had these amazing fucking things going on in this film that could have completely wrecked and mutilated a person. And we saw none of it. Not even a little tiny hint of it. And then the ending, right? We get to the ending, and their twist, if you want to call it that, is pretty much telling you what the second movie is going to be. This needs to stop. It needs to stop. Like, I understand that people don't want to get butthurt over bullshit, but keep it out of the horror genre, please. People who watch horror do not get offended about anything. We don't give a fuck. We want to be, like, cringed. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want those icky feels, because that's what makes a good horror movie good. Those are the types of things that we relish in a horror movie. And you are taking it away from us. And I am so sick of it. Like, the only way now for us to really get in a really great horror movie is to troll through the internet for hours and hours and hours and hours to look for indie films that we may or may not be able to get our hands on. Like, it's getting out of hand. You're taking something so beautiful and you're destroying it on us. And not a single goddamn horror fan is liking this bullshit. It can't just be me that's pissed off. Like, seriously, it can't be. Maybe I'm completely in the wrong. Maybe, I'm the only one who likes gore. I don't know. Either way, I'm pissed. Leave Saw alone. Leave it to be Saw, because it was a classic. It's a classic in of itself. And yeah, some of the sequels are a little questionable, but that was a solid concept. That was something so out of the ordinary and terrifying. And then to just turn it around and make it PC and more acceptable to the snowflake generation and call it a new concept and a new movie, fuck you. I am so sick of this. This is just like an absolute Bolshevik thing to be doing with any movie. I watched this movie, and the more and more it went on, the angrier and angrier I got. Because I'm like, this is Saw. This is Saw. This is Saw with no gore. This is Saw with political correctness. This is Saw with, instead of people having to work together, they had to work against each other. It's Saw. But without any of the fun things that made Saw so great. This is my fucking rant. I'm pissed off. I need to have some coffee and a cigarette because I can't deal anymore. Stop doing this. Stop. Just stop. Horror fans don't like this. We don't want it. Go back to the Saw days. Go back to some serious body horror. Go back to something that will actually scare us. Okay? Because this is stupid, and I've had enough. So, okay. That was my rant. I'm sorry if I got out of hand, but sometimes somebody just needs to say what everyone else is thinking, and normally I'm that person. So, yeah, do not waste your money and go into the theaters and see this movie. Don't do it. If you're curious about it, wait for it to come out and watch it and get as angry as I did about it, because it's infuriating. But seriously, don't waste your money. Just don't. Don't let those corporate greed fucking asses trick you into thinking that this is a good movie. Don't let them do it. Okay? Mama's here to tell you it's not worth your money. What you need to do is tell those fucking assholes, we don't want G-rated Saw ripoffs. We want movies like Terrifier. We want movies like Who's Watching Oliver. We want that shit. Give it to us. Stop being a fucking pussy and afraid to offend, because being offended isn't a thing. All right, I think I'm good now. Until the next video, happy nightmares.